Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Welcome, dear friends, to Kardec Radio and the Spirit Society of Virginia in our online Friday Inspirational Talks. It's a moment for all of us for this inner reflection, study. How do we progress? We need to educate our souls. We progress through our intellect and our moral side, right? That's how we progress. So today we're here to give it a boost, and you're welcome to join us. Feel free to write here in the chat, ask questions, make comments, because we are here interacting with you. And this is a very special moment for us because our dear friend Angie Stewart is here directly from Miami, the Miami Inner Enlightenment. Yes, and she's also one of Kardec Radio's hosts. Right now, before we bring Angie to you, we're going to talk about a topic that is dear to our hearts. Can we find happiness on earth? Can we? What does Spiritism say about it? Should we be optimistic? Well, let us then educate ourselves. Emmanuel, in the book Living Spring, chapter 30, he talks about educate. He says, inside the tiny seed lives the blueprint of the whole tree. In the heart of the soil are melodies of the spring. In blocks of stone are the masterpieces of statuary. Nonetheless, the orchard needs constant care. The crystal clear spring needs an aqueduct so that it may run without becoming contaminated. The sculptured stone requires the work of the chisel. Similarly, the spirit harbors the gene of divinity. God is in us as much as we are in God. However, so that the divine light may shine forth from human darkness, it is necessary for the educational processes of life to work in us on the stony pathway of the millennia. Only the heart ennobled in great understanding can pour forth and a sanctifying heroism. Only the educated mind can produce illuminated forms of thought. Only spiritual greatness can produce a soothing voice to speak balanced, sublime words. Let us understand pain and toil as the heavenly artists of our spiritual purification. Educate, and you will transform irrationality into intelligence, intelligence into humanity, and humanity into angelhood. educate, and you will build heaven on earth. Since we know that the Lord dwells in us, let us improve our lives so that we may reflect God. This message kickstarts this very reflection we're going to bring today. How can we achieve happiness if we don't learn the new? If we don't understand better? So let us pray. This is a moment of prayer so we can attune better. Let us pray. Dear Mother, Father God, thank you so much for this moment of reflection and strengthening. Thank you for bringing our dear friend Angie Stewart to us. May we feel the harmonization that it brings to our hearts, bringing joy and hope. We want to feel your presence, and we visualize everyone who is here connected in this moment of reflection, feeling that the vibrations of your love are spreading themselves to all of our families, loved ones, to everyone who has their names in the book of prayer. May the world be benefited by this moment of harmonization tonight. May we stay with you under your guidance, feeling your protection as you kindly grant us the permission to begin this learning experience together. And so be it. What a joy for us. So here we have, she's here with us. Thank you, Angie. How have you been?
Thank you so much for the invitation. This is exciting. I'm happy to talk, especially to talk about happiness. Yay!
Yes, that's your theme. That's your theme. When I think of you, I think of joy all the time. And happiness.
Yes, yes. So I think I have some experience.
So, Angie, I'm going to pass the word to you so you can tell us, can we find happiness on earth?
Aha! Aha! Hello, my friends. Good evening to everybody. Super, super excited to be here in Kardec Radio, this wonderful place that we can learn so much about the spiritism, how to improve our lives, how to be better, how to be happier. So I love the theme of tonight. Welcome to all of you that are listening right now. And if you are going to listen to the recording version, this is fantastic too. So, can we find happiness in this life? So you might be thinking, yes, the rich people, they are happy. And then you're like, I wish I could be rich. But is money brings happiness? And then you might be thinking, no, it's impossible to find happiness on earth. So let's go through this journey. We have like 40 minutes to talk about what is happiness and try to bring into our lives, into the lives of our friends, family members, to see what is the real answer. So let's try to understand a little bit about it. So let's go. So we are going to talk about the basic things. So what is happiness? So in the dictionary, simplifying the dictionary, it says the state of being happy. Okay, so what is being happy? Then we have, this is a feeling or showing a pleasure or contentment. Okay, so there is something that brings us pleasure, that brings us some contentment, that makes us happy. So what are those feelings? What are those things? So what makes you happy? Think about yourself. Right now, at this moment, what would make you happy at this moment? Besides being in Kardec Radio, that's already a wonderful thing that makes us all happy. But what else? There are so many possibilities, You know, here are just some that the people tell me. So we analyze chocolate, family, friendship. So this makes you happy. These are very good things, that are very positive things. But we have to go a little bit deeper to really understand the roots. So I meet a lot of people that tells me something like this. Yes, I will be happy when, and then there are so many possibilities. I put here some of them, you know, when I get married, when I become successful, when I buy the car of my dreams, and goes on and on and on and on. So people tell me, oh, when I have these items or these situations to have true friends, then I will be happy. But in reality, we are imposing conditions to happiness. And when we think about these 6 possibilities here, the 6 possibilities are just a temporary happiness. And they are saying, why temporary happiness? Yes, they are temporary because you don't stay permanently happy because of that. Yes, you love to go to Paris, for example. It's a gorgeous city. It's beautiful. But after you have been there, yes, that's nice. But probably you say, oh, but now I have to go to Greece. You create something else in your mind. The same thing with the car. When you bought it, woo, that's super exciting. But now the car is 10 years old. You are not happy anymore. You want another car. You want a new car. So these are all conditional things to make me happy. And this happiness is all temporary. And it's pretty much related to some kind of power, some kind of thing that you want, that you desire. And you keep thinking, if I get this, then I will be happy. But let's analyze something else now. We know in this world, there are people who actually are very famous, very rich, powerful. They have everything we think could bring happiness. That's what we usually think, you know, oh, the rich people, they are very, very happy. Oh, the famous people, they are always on TV. They are always recognized. People are always like, oh, look at this, look at her dress. But if you start thinking a little bit deeper about it, you start thinking it wouldn't be that good. Can you imagine the pressure of an actress that's a very pretty actress the pressure on her, because she has to be 100% of the time pretty, is not very easy. People usually, especially actors and actors, they have to be constantly doing their hair, makeup, fancy clothes. But there are those normal days. They want to go just to the supermarket. They want to just go to the bakery and buy bread. And in that moment, there will be the paparazzi, not even the paid paparazzi, but the hundreds of people that have a cell phone with a camera taking pictures of this woman without makeup in a not very good day. So this is already a lot of pressure for them. And then we see so many cases that are very, very sad to our hearts. And here I put just four cases. And what are all those people, what do all they have in common? Many things. They have many things in common. They were all very famous. They were all very rich. And they were all very successful in their careers. So we have here actors, Robin Williams, I love him. He's in the spiritual realm. I love him. And he brought so much happiness to so many people. He was a comedian, always bringing jokes. His movies were beautiful. He has movies also that talk about spirituality, movies that talk about the afterlife. He has a movie that talks actually about suicide. And I remember when I watched that movie, it touched so much my heart. And unfortunately, all of them, they have this in common. They committed suicide. So in this point, you look and you see, so they were all famous, rich, successful, and they couldn't cope with something. We don't know. Each one have a different issue, but they couldn't cope with it. The pain was too deep for them. The pain was so deep that they decided to run away. Yes, they didn't know Spiritism. They didn't understand that you run away from this. You run away from your physical body, but your spirit is eternal. Your spirit will live forever. But they didn't know about that. So this point is just to bring you a wake-up call to tell you, do not think money, fame, power, whatever, it brings you happiness. Because this type of happiness is temporary. And we don't want a temporary happiness with material things. We want like a permanent happiness. We want something that will come and we can grab it, we can grasp it and keep it within us. So here in this absolutely fantastic book that we have many studies here in Kardec Radio. I actually finished like a 3-year study of the gospel according to Spiritism. And this is a book that saved the life of many, many, many people because it brings words of encouragement, brings words that teach us to cope with pain. And in chapter 20, we have the message that happiness is not of this world. And then we have the spirit of Francois Nicolas Madeleine, who actually talks a lot about all those items, many of those items. So he starts with wealth, power, and youth combined can't bring you happiness. So the three together cannot bring you happiness. And earth is a place of trials and expiations. We know that we are walking towards a regeneration phase, but we are still feeling as trials and expiations. We are not completely happy in this planet at this moment. So only relative happiness is possible. This is very important to us to understand. Relative happiness is possible. What is relative happiness? We are going to understand it. But this is a possibility, and this is wonderful for all of us. Then the other item, many lives will help us to improve and evolve. Reincarnation. Every time we come back, we improve. Every time we improve. Sometimes we improve in one item, but we are always improving. We are always becoming a little bit better than what we were in our previous life. Hopefully we can improve a little bit more so we can speed up our process. And the last one, our solar system has many planets, and some of them, most of them, are more evolved than Earth. So Earth is not a special planet at all. A lot of people think, oh, but we only have life on Earth. It was never proven to have life in other planets. Well, we are spiritists, and we know there is life in every single thing God created. And why the planet Earth would be more special than the others? If we look at the scale of just of the solar system, planet Earth is a little tiny thing like this. There are other planets so much bigger. Why wouldn't be life there? Maybe the type of life that is there at this moment we cannot see with our eyes because it's in a different dimension, because it's in a different type of energy. There are many possibilities. So in this book that I don't think it is translated into English yet, but it's a beautiful book, and I got just one sentence. So the name of the book is A Reason to Live by Richard Simonetti. And the sentence is, happiness is not a station on the journey of existence. It's a way of traveling. This is so beautiful. It's such a powerful sentence when you think about it. So let's think that happiness is a way of traveling. It's the way how I feel, the way how I live, the way how I treat my family, my friends, the way I see my job, I see my difficulties. Yes, there are things that don't make you happy, but you have to understand, even that type of item is not forever. Happiness is not forever, and sadness is not forever, like Chico Xavier used to tell us. So again, here I show you books that I used for my answers. They are all powerful books, but the last book I would recommend to all of you, even if you are not a spiritist. This is a tiny little book Vanessa gave me many years ago. I don't even remember when, but one of my birthdays. It's a tiny little book with powerful sentences. And you should read it every day. Open one page and read that sentence. We have many studies in Kardec Radio about this book. You can search, you can go a little bit deeper in the book. So I created this simple guidance for happiness. It's very simple, but it's like a combined items that I find very important for all of us. And we are going to go through each one of them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in each, but we are going to talk a little bit about each one of them to try to connect the idea. So let's go. Trust in God. Why? Why trust in God? Because God is our mother and father, is our loving mother and father. And God created everything, created the universe, created us. And because he created everything, he knows everything. So he knows us. He knows us. We are the little kids, the little children. But he knows us. And as a loving mother and father, he wants the best for us. So everything is going in the correct direction. But we also have to do our part. This is just one item. Then we continue. Trust in yourself. Yes, we have to trust in us. We have our inner power. We have to wake up in the morning and say, yes, I can. I love this sentence, and I think you know who made this sentence very famous. So yes, I can. I can. What? I can what? I can wake up. I can make my breakfast. I can look at the window and see the sun. I can see a flower. Whatever can make us a little bit stronger. But we have to exercise faith. We have to try to be positive, and we have to be proactive. We can't be thinking if we lock ourselves in our home, this will help us with whatever situation, because it's not going to help us. We are going to be isolating ourselves, but we are not going to be proactively trying to find a solution. In everything, we have to be proactive. Even people that are depressed and they say, I cannot feel positiveness. So be proactive and search for a doctor, because in certain cases, you need to go to a medical doctor. The medical doctor takes care of our physical bodies. Spiritism helps our spirit. So you can combine both and have a better result. But be proactive, faithful, and try to be positive. The third one is know thyself. Yes, we have to know ourselves. It's very, very important to know what are our qualities and what are our character faults, because nobody's perfect. I'm sorry to let you know, but yes, we all have our issues, but we are very different. Each person has a different quality. Each person has a different fault, and we help each other to improve. So in the Spirit's book, question 919, we have a beautiful message of St. Augustine, because St. Augustine talks about reflection and improvement. His message basically is, at the end of every day in my life, while living on earth, I reflect, what did I do today? Did I do good things? Did I do something negative? Did I do something that I hurt someone? So he mentioned that every day he had this reflection. And even if he thought that something was not 100% good, the next day he tried to be better. He tried to improve. So he started learning a lot about himself with this reflection. So we can use meditation, we can use prayer, but it's very important for us to understand what are our faults and how we can improve ourselves. Because only like this we will get better. If we only think about our qualities, we are never going to improve other sides that we could. So think about. Then we have seek and you will find. This is in the Gospel, chapter 25. If you help yourself, then heaven will come to your aid. So it's very connected to proactive that I mentioned a few minutes ago. Yes, we have to seek. Imagine a person that is desperate searching for a job. And then you say, okay, what have you done today to help you in your search for the job? I don't know. I was just so unhappy that I can't get a job. So I was home crying. And you're like, okay, this is not going to help you to get a job. The job is not going to fall on your head. Have you done a resume, or have you updated your resume? And the person said, oh, no, I don't know how to do it. Okay, it's fine. We don't know how to do everything. But you have to be proactive, searching ways to do some things. So if you don't know, ask your friends, ask for help. Someone may be able to help you or guide you to find the answer. Be proactive in life. Then we have love and instruct yourself. Yay! I love this part. I love myself. I love myself. Yes, it's true. I think everybody that knows me, this is a characteristic. This is really my characteristic. It's not that I'm more developed or not. No, this is my way of living. I was always like this. I was always very talkative, sometimes too much. So I have to learn how to control myself. And but this was a way of my life. I always loved myself, whatever I was. And nowadays, I still love myself. Yes, I'm not as skinny, young, pretty as I used to be, but I still love myself. And I have to say that at this moment, right now, is the moment that I am happier in my life. Yes, isn't that funny? We usually think like, oh, when we are 20 years old, we are the happiest. No, for me, it happened now. I'm like, I feel fulfilled with my career, with my family, with a new spirit center, with life in general. So I feel very blessed, and there are so many things that we can feel blessed every day. We just we just ended 2 years of pandemic where we all went through so much. It was painful to everyone. Even if you didn't get sick, you end up knowing someone that died, or you knew someone who discarnated because of the pandemic, or they lost their job, whatever the situation was. And it was very, very hard. So thank God the things are getting a little bit better. So let's continue being positive. Let's continue looking forward a better world. So when we say love and instruct yourself, we have in the Gospel, chapter 6, Christ the Consoler. So a message from the Consoler is, Spiritists, love one another. That is the first precept. Educate yourselves is the second. So we know that in Spiritism, we have to evolve morally, becoming a better person, but we also have to evolve intellectually, so we can evolve in both ways. So remember, continue instructing yourselves. And we can also talk about Spiritism instructing ourselves. You know, when we are here in Kardec Radio, listening to lectures, to studies, to books, we are instructing ourselves in a moral way. But of course, we have to practice. We can't be that person that knows so much and do not put in practice. So put in practice. Let's help others. Let's be charitable. Let's do something for others. The other item, number 6, is love one another. This I got in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. So we have Spiritism is the consoler who teach us how to love. So when we talk about love, love is something very broad, it's something huge. We usually think about the love, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, mother and child, but the love is really big. And this is the love that we have to develop. The love for our neighbor, the love for that difficult neighbor that you talk to him or to her, never even look at you. But one day we will learn how to fully love that person, not just to ignore or be socially polite, but to love, to say, hi, good morning, how are you, to offer help. Or that person that directly doesn't like you, talks bad about you, something that really you don't understand why that person has so much animosity. You also have to exercise love. But we have to understand this type of love right now on earth is not that love that you are going to invite that person to come to your home, eat with you. No, it's the love that we say that you are going to embrace this person. You're going to pray for this person. You are going to ask God to help this animosity to be better. So you are going to nurture a love that might not be here right now, but it will be something, because we are eternal spirits, so we don't know what really happened between you and that person. Maybe something happened. Maybe that person just have issues from this time, but maybe there is something connected to a previous life and we do not know about it. So the other item is shine your light. I love this. That's why the center that we used to work in New York was Inner Enlightenment. And the one that we have here in Florida now is called Inner Light. We all have our inner light. So let's shine it. Let's put it out. Let's demonstrate our light. So irradiate light from your own good thoughts and good actions. Yes, we all have this inside of us. So why not to show off in a good way? You know, saying good things to people, complimenting them, posting on Facebook or Instagram, something that's good, something that's positive. We have so many beautiful things every single day. I have a friend that loves to post beautiful messages every day. My friend Elder from New York, every day he posts a beautiful text that's so nice. We read that in the morning and we feel so good. I have another one that posts lots of beautiful flowers. It's just simple things, but it is a good way of waking up and like, this is so nice. This is shining your light. And remember, positive actions. Positive actions. When you do something good, when you are charitable, it helps so much. Yes, money helps too. When you can donate to a cause, you can send money all across the globe right now. It's wonderful. But when you can go in person and you can actually go and do something with your hands, participating in a cause, volunteering, feeding the homeless, doing whatever is the cause to help, planting trees to help our environment, you feel your inner light boosting. It's just like something very special. Is that adrenaline running in your body? And the medical doctors, they talk a lot about oxytocin. They talk a lot about many hormones that are boosted on us when we are doing something good for others. It's not something good for ourselves. It's something good for others. It boosts our energy. It boosts their energy. It brings even the spirits that surround us, they come closer because they are happy with our good deeds. So this is a plus. Shine your light. Be charitable, pretty much connected with shine your light. So be charitable, helping others boost your self-esteem, make us happy. Goodness will return to us from the universe. So let's try to be charitable without thinking, if I do this, she might give me back that. Or putting a condition. Don't put a condition. Try to be charitable without thinking. There are so many stories on the internet. You can go and search about that's a simple thing that a person goes to a drive-through of McDonald's, for example, and they pays for himself and pays for the car in the back. There are so many stories about it. And so many people saying, I paid for that person. I haven't seen the person receiving the surprise. And I feel so happy. It made me so happy. I have to say that one day I was traveling with my son, and we went inside Starbucks, and he was taking forever to choose what kind of latte he wanted. And I chose like a cappuccino. And when I went to pay, the lady told me, no, another person already paid for you. I'm like, what? How? And then the person said, she already paid. I was like, who is this person? I was so surprised. I was so excited. I wanted to see the person. I wanted to hug the person. And of course, we were like during COVID time. So we had like masks and nobody's getting too close to each other. But I was so excited. And then they showed me the lady. I went close to her to thank her. And I was so happy that simple coffee made my day. And even my son, he was so happy. We left the place like, life is beautiful. Life is really beautiful. There is beauty everywhere. We have really to be proactive in choosing, in finding, in searching for it. So continue. One thing that we have to understand also is that one day, there will be the end of materialism, and it will make life so much better. Right now is still difficult. So in the Spirit's book, in the question 147, Kardec asks a long question that I summarized. Why scientists fall into materialism? And the Spirit's answer, pride, thinking that the nature can hide nothing from them. So, is it true that every single scientist is like this? No, it's not true. And this is a blessing. We have so many scientists that are already woke up to this, that already understand it's not true. There are so many things science cannot answer yet. We have also so many studies that scientists are demonstrating that some type of religiosity can improve conditions in sick patients. We have research in hospitals that prove that. But it's not 100% accepted yet. But one day it will be. Our friend Vanessa Anceloni, she is a scientist, and she is super connected with spirituality, and she helps all of us to connect and understand it a little bit better. So this is the future. One day, this will be normal. The scientists will understand a little bit deeper than us, but they will connect with spirituality. So whatever they can't answer right now, they know it is not the moment. It's not now. It doesn't mean it is a lie or it's not possible. This is something for us to think. Then, eternal life. This is important to all of us. Eternal life. We are eternal spirits. So in the Spirit's book, question 153, what is eternal life? So the Spirit is eternal. So the life of the Spirit is eternal. So me, Angela, I am in this physical body right now. I don't know how many years I have to live, but I am an eternal spirit. I had hundreds, thousands, who knows, of previous lives. And I will have many more on the planet Earth. And maybe in the future, when I progress, I can evolve and go to a different planet. But I will continue my improvement. So the reincarnations will help us to improve morally and intellectually. Like I mentioned before, we have these two that we have to progress together. Sometimes we progress a little bit more morally, other lives more intellectually, but our goal in the future is to have both equally and in the highest level. And then when we reach to this very high level, then we will find happiness. And what will be this happiness? This happiness is going to be when we feel happy to help others. Because as eternal spirits, that will be our goal, to be always helping the ones that are not like us yet, that are trying to learn, that are still in pain because of so many different reasons. So this is like all items that we have to put together to understand what is happiness. Happiness in the planet Earth is really something very relative. It's not something that we can have in every single sense, but it's the little happiness that every day we can build for ourselves, for our families, our friends. We can say good morning to someone. We can buy a coffee to a coworker. Are little things that makes others happy and make us happy too. So if all of this that I had said, it's very complicated for you, or you are not spiritist and you are not in the point of reading all those books, these habits are extremely important. So this is really a road. Look, this is a road map for happiness, to be a little bit happier. So this I collected from many psychologists that they were talking about people that are going through depression, people that have anxiety, and people that are searching for a better life, a happier life. So this is what they tell people to do. They tell people to every day to practice a little bit about those items. So on one night of kindness, to try to be nicer to someone, to try to be friendly, someone that don't talk to you, you hold the door of an elevator, try to do something very simple to somebody else. Forgiveness. We all have people that hurt us, or people that don't understand us, or people that for whatever reason in the past we had some kind of fight. Forgive this person. If you can find the person and tell her directly, it's wonderful. But if you can't, pray for her, for him. Send good thoughts, send good vibrations. The spirits that protect us and guide us, they will find a way to deliver this message. And who knows, maybe in the future things will be better. And this forgiveness can be mutual. And this is what we want. So natural curiosity. What is natural curiosity? Natural curiosity is like you get out of your comfort zone. You try to do something that you wouldn't. For example, I'm super extrovert. So I stand up and I talk to anyone, I do anything. So this for me is very normal. It's not out of my comfort zone. But if this is for you, do it. Try to experiment a little bit of doing this type of things. So natural curiosity helps us to change in a positive way. Gratitude. We should be grateful every day for everything. Remember the poem of gratitude? It's a beautiful, beautiful poem that Divaldo Franco, the famous Brazilian medium, loves to recite at the end of his lectures. He talks about the gratitude for our physical body, the gratitude for our eyes, because we can see, for our voice, because we can talk, our ears, because we can hear. It's so, so beautiful. If you haven't heard, Google the poem of gratitude, and you will understand how beautiful it is. Generosity. Let's try to be a little bit more generous with everything, not just with money. We always connect things with money, not just with money, but even with words, with actions. For example, in my job, I really like to tell people when they did a good job. It's very nice, and I know they feel very happy about it, because it's someone recognizing they did something good, something that maybe was difficult for them. So this is beautiful. This is also to be generous. And number 6, patience. Woo, patience. We all have to exercise patience every day. I have a teenager son. Oh my God, I have to exercise patience every day. Not easy, but we have to do it. We have to do it in so many things. Sometimes we are in a store, someone is taking forever to do something. Try to be patient. Try to understand that if that situation was happening to you, would you like the people to be patient with you? So when we put ourselves in the shoes of others, things are always much easier for us to understand. So this is a good way. And the gratitude journal, this is the final item the psychologist said is extremely, extremely important. Yes, you just take a book, simple book, and write in it every day. Write one little thing every day. I am grateful today for what? For what you are grateful? I'm grateful because I walk the dogs and I met a new person that also had dogs, and we said hello to each other. We introduced each other. Yes, I love to meet new people. Woo, woo, woo. It makes me super excited. So, yes, have a gratitude journal. Write every day, then read why you were grateful in the last week. What were the things that made you grateful, made you happy about it? So these are the 7 points, the 7 habits that the psychologists tell us. If we practice it on a daily basis, we will feel happier. And now I just want to put this very short video. It's very short. It's actually an old video. Most of you probably have seen it. I absolutely love it. It's very, very touching to my heart. And it demonstrates what is to be a happy person. So let's take a look.เขาจะได้อะไรถ้าเขาทำแบบนี้ทุกวันเขาจะไม่ได้อะไรเลยไม่ได้รวยขึ้นไม่ได้ออกทีวีไม่มีใครรู้จักไม่ได้มีชื่อเสียงที่มากขึ้นเพราะสิ่งที่เขาได้คือได้แค่ความรู้สึกได้เห็นความสุขได้เข้าใจได้ความรักได้ในสิ่งที่เงินซื้อไม่ได้ได้โลกที่สวยงามกว่าเดิมในชีวิตคุณอะไรคือสิ่งที่คุณต้องการมากที่สุดให้ประกันชีวิตเชื่อในความดีSo, my friends, one thing that I forgot to say also is that many times an animal brings a lot of happiness in our lives. So, if you feel lonely, if you can have a dog, a cat, a bird, even a turtle, they bring so much joy in our lives. They connect with our feelings, and it's also a way to make us happier. So, now that you learn everything, let's put in practice and be a little bit happier today than we were yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie, for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful presentation. I was deeply moved also by the clip, the video at the end. And, nowadays I talk to several healthcare providers, and they are talking about the impact of the pandemic in mental health. And we are seeing many people, from children to teenagers and adults, elderly people, uh, anxious, depressed, having a hard time to deal with their emotions. And at the end of the day, we ask, what is the main remedy, right? And everything that you said reminded me of this one story of this young spiritist who came to Chico Xavier and said, I already give talks, I give food to people who are in need, but I still don't feel joy within. What am I missing? And the answer from Emmanuel is, you forgot to bring joy to others. Precisely what you said. Precisely. So we won't overcome our inner evils. It's within if we don't
Yes.
expand. Right, Angie? What a
Yes.
message.
Yes. Totally true. Totally true. When we help others, the joy is so powerful. Even when they don't say thank you, because we have to learn another thing. Let's help without the expectations. But
Exactly.
when we are able to do it, it's like, woohoo!
We have friends here who are so excited. We have friends from Uruguay. Thank you, Danis. We have Narciso, Ivo, Slavic, Daniel Pian. Thank you, Daniel, for being with us. And John DeRosa, who says, most of us are happy once we wake each day. So, how do we stay that way through the rest of our day? Start by taking God with you, as this is the most important way. Then, as you move throughout the rest of the day, think good thoughts, say encouraging words, and take advantage of those little ways to do the good, and always express gratitude for those opportunities God gives you to help in all these small ways. Thank you for the poetic words, John DeRosa. He's the man. He really walks the talk. I tell you that. Yeah, that's how he is here. Believe me, that's how he is. John DeRosa, wherever he goes, he's giving the Happy Life book, Spiritism in its simplest expression. He's walking the dog, he's telling it all to the people. Anywhere and everywhere he goes, he does precisely what he says. So it's amazing. Angie, I think your message comes at the right time when we are hoping to recover from these 2 years of challenges, this collective challenge, right? There's nobody who wasn't affected. And now it's time to heal. It's time
Mhm.
to heal from within. Not that other things won't happen, but we need to heal and not escape. Healing is one thing, escaping is another. People think that healing is about taking an airplane, going to the beach, or going to the Maldives island. No, it's not about that. It's about doing exactly what you shared, the good. Thank you, Anne.
Yes. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of sharing with all of you.
Thank you. So now let's just take one more moment, because now we're going to visualize to receive the passes and pray together, friends. So let us all now raise our thoughts, if we haven't yet, right? Because we are here so enthusiastic, and that vibration is divine. Let us then just stay there if you're there. If not, let's go back up into our vibrations, feelings of hope, kindness, and joy. Thank you, dear Lord, as we visualize the sky starry, full of stars, their light shining upon all of us. We only have gratitude inside. Thank you for bringing Angie to us, her joy, her instructions, her friendship, encouraging us to heal, to be present, wholeheartedly present in our relationships, at home, in our works, in our communities, in our schools, in every occasion where we find brothers and sisters. We visualize this light showering us with energy medicine, balancing minds and bodies, harmonizing ourselves, finding in us the divine you've given so we can multiply it. We pray for the benefit of everyone connected to us. We thank you for the Spiritist teachings that give us a secure north. And we visualize our whole planet enveloped in kindness and gratitude, in the joy of living, sowing goodwill to achieve peace. We visualize peace in our relationships today and always, and so be it. Yes, yes, friends. What a joy. What an opportunity. Thank you, Angie. Again, a big hug to you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, friends. We hope to be with you next Friday. For those who are the Spiritist side of Virginia, presentially this Sunday, we have our session in the center. And you're welcome to come at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. For those who are far away, we're connected through Cardiac Radio. So thank you and stay connected to Cardiac Radio because here we're always nourishing our souls. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, friends. See you next time.
Bye.